Oh my. Hello, this is Isabella.
My mom would scream magnificent!
I'm great. How are you, Elizabeth? This is a perfect time. Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, I am. I am not. That is correct. Yes, ma'am, I am very familiar. Yes, absolutely. No, ma'am, I do not have any tattoos. I just have like the normal ear piercings in each ear. Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Yeah, so like you said, I am a film major, so I am really passionate about storytelling and being able to be immersed into different worlds. And something that Disney does is create stories, and when you go to Disney World, you're put into those worlds. So being able to actually make that magic that they see on screen for other guests would be absolutely awesome. And it's a really respectable company, and being able to build up my resume and network and being able to hopefully create those movies that these kids watch at such a young age and they see the magic on the screen and just connecting to the stories because the messages in Disney's stories are so strong and that's what I love about Disney and being able to just work my way into that to be and share a light to these kids would or adults too. I still watch the movies, so it would just be an awesome an awesome opportunity. So it is actually a family business. So I've been doing it for a really long time with my parents. And what we do is we make wood crafts and then we go out and sell them at craft shows. And last year there were about 70,000 guests. So, and yeah, so it's a little crazy, but it's a good crazy. So there's a lot of stocking and organizing and cash handling, and just because we do sell wood crafts, we have to like ensure that they're safe, and sometimes wood can fall. So just being sure that we follow protocol and take care of our guests first, and it is like a customer service job. So just having patience and working under pressure and with guest interaction of all different ages and working outside. It is we have to like dress we have to dress in costume for that too. So working outside in like long pants and skirts and long sleeve shirts when it's still hot outside is something I am definitely used to. So I definitely have a diverse resume, which I think definitely really helps. One thing in particular is with Campbell, I was on the media staff. So what that entailed was kind of being a part-time counselor and being and taking pictures and videos of all the kids all the time. So I think just being able to be a resource for these kids was super awesome. But we definitely had to be energetic all day long and kind of on show because these kids come here for a week long and we want to have the best experience possible for them. But at the same time, I do have my other job to do, which is media team. So in high school, I went to a career center near my home. So I was able to pick up skills on the camera from high school and now into my major. So I'm really comfortable with working with like the Canon cameras, Canon 70D, Canon 5D, the Rebels, GoPros, drones. I've done a lot of that work with them. And also the manual settings on the camera. I'm used to having to deal with shutter speed and the aperture and ISO and like shot composition. So it's kind of from that job, but then also like with the Tread Wisely job, which I don't think I put on my application. I had to do a lot of public speaking with that one. What we did is I worked with the National Organization for Youth Safety and Cooper Tire. It was like a partnered ambassadorship. And so we got to travel all around the US and kind of just talk about safety on the road at conventions. And I had to speak in front of 50 plus students at one point, all by myself, which was an awesome opportunity. And yeah, and definitely teamwork too, because with having to build up that ability to work with Tread Wisely, I had to work with my other ambassadors from all over the U.S., which is such an awesome opportunity since I am from a small town in Ohio. So just a very diverse resume, and just being able to pick up different skills I would love to bring to Disney. Yeah. I think why it's such an important role is kind of back to the whole storytelling. They come there for memories, and I remember when I went for the first time, and I get to look back on those pictures now, and it's just awesome to like look back on the happy times because it is the most magical place on earth, and just being able to bring back those memories with your family and just connect to the memories you make there. You capture one little moment from a whole bunch of happens in one experience at Disney. So even being able to take them all over because there's so much going on at Disney all the time would just be super awesome, and to connect with those families through photography. Yeah, absolutely. At camp, we had the lake and the pool and the even bigger lake down the road, so I'm definitely used to having to deal with water. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. At camp, we did have five photographers, but we did have to go out and be independent. We had a lot to cover, and we were alone a good portion of the day, but you get to connect with those guests that are around you, and at the time it was campers, so being able just to make the most of who's around you at the time is really important, and that's why I think I can work as an individual, is because I can just connect to those around me even more. Yeah, so with the Tread Wisely job that I had previously, we had to go to these conventions and try and get others to sign up for events to hold at their school. So we did have to teach them like the 3 steps to tire safety and try and convince them to sign up. There was a prize involved if they were one of the chosen groups. So just trying to take it in a light manner, not be too pushy, but being able to connect in a way that they would want to be involved in that. What I love about the attractions is it is another experience another time to experience those movies you see on the screen. You go on, let's say, Pirates of the Caribbean, and you watch that movie, and it's like you get transported into that, and being able to see the guests go through that world would be such an awesome experience, and being able to like get them excited and just connect with them on whatever story the ride may tell. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so at camp, we had a new group of campers every week, but that would start on Sunday afternoon and that would end Friday. And we would have to be taking pictures from the moment they got there at 6 p.m. on Friday and then that same night until they went to bed. And then you wake up at 7 a.m. the next morning and you take pictures until you go to bed at maybe, if you have to be editing pictures, up until 2 a.m. and just do that every single day. So having the energy just to keep going and connecting with the guests and the campers made the experience totally worth it. But it definitely taught me to time manage and have the right amount of sleep and have the right amount of energy all day long. I think I would pick Hollywood Studios just because it is so film oriented, and my favorite ride personally is the Tower of Terror because I feel like it. Yeah, it's such like it definitely immerses you the moment you walk in, and it's creepy. And the first time I went on it, not gonna lie, I was kind of scared, but I love that the moment you walked in, that it was just you were there, and it made the ride so worth it. Mm-hmm. No, I'd be good. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, sounds great. Okay. Yeah, I have a few if that's okay. Okay, so my first is being a film major. Is there any specific opportunity to be able to connect and network with any of like the creative teams behind anything like that, just to kind of get a behind the scenes feel of and something hopefully I can do in the future? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Um, my second question is, how do you think if I would get accepted, what would you recommend I can do to make the most of my experience with the program? Okay. Okay, thank you. And my last question is, what's your Disney story? So, like, how did you get started? Where you at? Why did you want to get started? Aw, I love that. Those are all the questions I have, but just thank you for your time and considering me. Thank you. I hope you have a magical evening as well. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Izzy and I am reviving my YouTube channel. I'm a film major and I've been wanting to create more creative content and I'm using the DCP as a stepping stone to do so. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications to be notified every time I upload, go ahead, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.